Hello. Can everyone hear me? Um, let's Oh, this is cool. Okay, please comment if you can hear me. That's very helpful. Cool. Okay, I'm getting comfy. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Welcome, welcome, y'all. Okay, so first order of business, I'm gonna make sure that I'm situated on my end. I'm not the most proficient with lives, so yeah. Oh, I'm seeing your comments. This is great. Let's see here. What I'm going to do is move this. Awesome. Okay. This is great. Oh my goodness. I'm just getting like my notes situated for you guys real quick. Let's see. Okay, so actually while I'm getting situated, I would love to know where are you streaming from? So what city, country, region, all the things. What time is it for you? Because I tried to do this live after most people are done with work. So it would be most accessible for everyone, but I don't know. Okay, so I'm seeing Washington, New York, Chicago, South Carolina from lovely Nelson. Hey, lovely Nelson. Idaho, New Jersey, Los Angeles from the lovely Alexis Cron. She is our moderator and marketing extraordinaire at Auralign. Oh, I see Montreal, Canada from Caroline. Hey, Caroline. Um, oh, I'm seeing the Bronx, New York from Jenny. What's good, Jenny? Let's see, Dallas, Chicago. That's really awesome. I'm glad that we're able to come together for this. And yeah, I'm glad that everyone was is able to make it right now. So yeah, I have my tea, I have my notes. I tried to get cozy. You can't see it, but under the screen, there's so much chaos because I've been taking photos of the 2024 Auralign planners for the website. It's like a lot of production right now. And so it's actually chaos. No, I'm not going to show you. I was about to show you, but I won't. Okay. Well, welcome, welcome everyone. Oh, I see from Elif coming in from Turkey. Imerjit, I hope that I pronounced that correctly. You are coming in from the UK, 2 a.m. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. Um, Wes, we are here. We here. We are in it. Yes. Atlanta, Georgia, Goddess Isis, what's good? Okay, cool. So I'm excited. This is so fun, you guys. I'm so excited. I feel like in my videos, I'm usually more calm because I don't know, it's just like I want it to be a chill video and I enjoy that chill energy. And I also want to make sure that I explain things to you in the video very clearly, in a concise way. But when we're live, I'm just so excited to just vibe out with y'all and have a good time. So I'm very excited. With that said, let me go ahead and get into my notes so we stay on track, because I know it's already late. So let me go ahead and get started. Yasani said, Globetrotter, what's up? Any Haitians in the building from Katsumi? Okay, you see? Okay, I need to focus. So, welcome, welcome to this live. Before we begin, I want to start with some housekeeping measures. So, first things first, this live will be available to watch after the live is over, and we will have timestamps in the videos. So, just make sure that you have the live chat up when you're watching the video, because as you'll see, as we are doing this live stream, all of the journal prompt questions will be pinned in the live chat. So you can see them, copy and paste them. And yeah, and especially if you're watching live, you can, if you leave for a second and come back, you'll still see those journal prompts. Next up, oh, I also wanted to give this preface before we begin. I'm reading, by the way, I'm reading this because I want to make sure that we stay on track. Though we are reflecting on the summer season and setting intentions for autumn, this live is not for creating any unsustainable or intense seasonal goals. This is for collective processing of things that have come to pass and getting clear on how we can put to practice lessons and any intentions that we set in alignment with those intentions. That's what it's here for. So whether that looks like you implementing things right now or in a few weeks or whenever, or just getting clear on things, I hope that this can support you and help you feel supported from Alive Collective as we share what our intentions are, our wins, our challenges, our lessons, everything together. Um, Next up, oh, yes. So our general schedule for this live will be 3 parts. Part 1 will be reflecting on the summer season, the previous season that has come to a close. Part 2 is intention setting for autumn, and part 3 will be a general Q&A where you can ask me any questions about the Auralign Planners or about intention setting, really any sort of advice. I figured that'd be kind of fun. We could just vibe and talk and just share. And final announcement before we begin is that the 2024 Auralign Astrology Planners and product line will be launching officially on October 19th. So I saw some comments of people might have thought that we already sold out because on the site it says that we're sold out, but that is in reference to the 2023 planners. And I will be sure to update the website as well because I want to make sure that that is clearly communicated. So that's not you for misinterpreting it. That's on me. So I just want to clarify that. But yeah, so with that said, let me go ahead and check in the chat, see how we're doing. I see everyone's still welcoming each other in. I'm seeing Alexa Hale from DC. DC in the house. Let's go. First timer and glad to join from DD. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm so glad we made it. So with all of that housekeeping out of the way, let's get to journaling. Um, as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that in the chaos of getting ready for this live, I put my planner over there. So let me go get it. One second. Okay, so speaking of which, if you have your Auralign astrology planner, you can go ahead and flip to the autumn seasonal reflections page. So I will show you it here. Autumn reflections. I'm not sure if that's flipped for you guys. If you do not have your Auralign planner, you don't need it. All you need is a pen and paper or notebook. But if you have the planner, you can go ahead and flip to this area. So, um, yeah. So actually, if you have the planner, you can flip from Autumn Reflections page over to the lined page area for these first few questions, but it will all be in the same section. And if you have your notebook, you're good. And you might see a cat as we go on with our group journaling. So, the first prompt is, what are some highlights, moments of gratitude, or things that you're most proud of yourself for from summer? And you will see these this writing prompt in the group chat as well. Um, and it will be pinned. Yay, cool. I just pinned it. So, again, the question is, so go ahead and get your planners out. We're just going to journal together right now. Okay, I see someone commented that they feel confused. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clarify. So right now, we are starting the live part 1. We are journaling together by reflecting on the summer season and what our highlights and challenges were, and just reflecting at this point. So the first journal prompt that we are gonna be journaling together live right now is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's you can see it's written from Alexis Cron. She is our moderator, so she pinned that for us. And the question that we are all journaling about right now is, what are some highlights, moments of gratitude, or things you're most proud of yourself for from summer? So I'm just going to go ahead and not talk for a little bit so we can journal. I'm going to journal too, actually. I have mine right here. Let's see. See. And once we're done journaling, I'm going to go ahead and read off. You're welcome to share in the live chat the answer to the prompt, and then I'll read some out so we can celebrate together. Okay. So, if you feel like you have journaled, you have completed answering this prompt, I invite you to comment 3 or just 1. I'm used to the video, 3 emojis, just 1 heart emoji. If you need more time, you can comment any other emoji. So heart emojis if you're ready, and non-heart emojis if you need more time. Wes Gray says, "I'm complete." Got it, Wes. Natalie has the smiling emoji with with a little bit of sweat, like, "Need more time, maybe?" Okay. I'll stay silent, so anybody who does need more time, go ahead and keep journaling. I love the emoji so much. I see some thinking emojis, some, um oh, Lola. Is that a monocle? Is that what that's called? Monocle? Monocle emoji? Mm. San Juana, Philos put a stressed emoji. Alright, some of y'all need more time, I feel ya. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start reading. Well, actually, okay, I'll start with mine real quick, and then I will read yours to give anybody who's still journaling a little more time. So, over the summer season, one of the things I'm proud of myself for is planning a wedding with my now husband. Obviously, the wedding is a highlight as well, um, but I'm very proud of myself for even outside of a wedding, it's essentially event planning, planning a party essentially. I'm very proud of myself and my partner, Chris, for, collaborating together and working together in sometimes hard situations and staying grounded in our love and intention for the day and not all the other stuff, like, really stay committed to that. So I'm very proud of myself and Chris for that. Another thing that I am proud of is moving my body more this summer. I feel like I definitely moved my body more, and, um, and I built up a habit of that, and that kind of created sort of like a core lesson in my mind that I can develop those habits. Because for a while, I didn't believe in myself. I was like, "Oh," I was just working on it for a while, and I had this self-image, you know? I don't know if you guys have felt that way when you complete a goal or you do something outside of your comfort zone, or I don't know, you just develop a habit, even if it's slowly over a year, over a few years, and you're able to look back and you kind of have shifted self-image a little bit because you've created a new memory. You're like, "Oh, did that. Okay, all right. Note to self, I'm capable." You know what I mean? So I'm proud of myself for that. Um, okay. Somebody said hard to hear. How are we doing? I'm bringing my laptop closer to me. Okay. That was my that was my answer to the prompt. For anybody new to the live stream, I am now reading off the answer to the journal prompt, which is pinned in the live chat. And I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up. I saw a few before everybody commented their hearts. Okay, so Tony Carmichael said, I raised my credit score and saved $6,000. I'm a manic bipolar person, so this is huge. Yo, snaps in the chat for Tony. Snaps. Okay, I am getting feedback that audio is a little choppy. So, what I am going to do is connect my microphone. So, please hold. Let's see if this helps. Just a moment. Station. Okay. I'm going to see if I can hook up my microphone. Just a moment. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so as I try to hook this up, Marvelous, Marva said, I said my consistency with working out and creating content. So I'm grateful for the growth and it's not easy. I really want to commend you for doing that because it absolutely is not easy doing that. Um, let me check here. Just a moment. Can anybody hear me any better? Is anybody noticing a difference in audio? Mm, okay. Okay. Oh, it hooked up. Let's go. Okay, I was worried it wouldn't. Okay. Cool. Fantastic. Okay, so again, for anybody who is before we get into reading the answers, for anybody who is new to the live stream, I'm going to be reading I'm going to be reading your answer to the prompt that is pinned at the top of the chat. Sorry for anybody who's been in the live and I'm repeating myself. Okay, so some answers that I got. Let's see. Okay, Harmoniously Me said, "I'm proud of how far I've come. As far as my deep inner healing goes, I have healed a lot." Yay to healing. Let's talk about that. The process of healing. That takes quite a bit of time, and healing isn't always roses and all of these fun things, a lot of times healing is looking at our shadows or taking time to ourselves to actually process things, so I really commend you for that. Definitely. Oh, okay. Andy commented, I'm so proud of myself for making core memories with my kiddos, even though they are teenagers and don't care. I feel ya. Oh my gosh. Man, I really I'm sure that you already know this, Andy, but I promise you when they get older, they will absolutely appreciate it on a whole other level. At least that's how I was when I got older, and I know some of my friends were. And you know what? Those are your core memories, so it's yeah. I feel like nowadays too with work, school, social media, our phones pulling us away from each other when we're able to create those core memories, it's such a beautiful thing. So, yeah, that's a very important thing, and yeah, awesome. Oh. Healthy HOE said, "Having options everywhere. Thanks for everything, girl." You're welcome. I'm glad. Okay, somebody asked, "Where do we write this in the journal?" So, uh, let me go ahead and explain. So we have in your planner, in your planner, you have the autumn reflections page, and you will flip to the next page and write in the lined area. I've already written for me, so it's overexposed. Let me see. There you go. I'll write here. All right. Next. Oh, thank you, Yoga Bliss. I just saw your comment and I appreciate you. Okay, I am scrolling. Okay, glitter and glue times 2 commented. that they're grateful for more self-care, more time living, and being in the moment with their daughter. That's special. That's very special. What is it about the summertime? I mean, obviously it's different for everybody, but I think it's maybe the heat. You just feel like you need to slow down a little bit too. All right, moving along. Oh, thank you for all the congratulations, everybody. I'm reading your comments now of, um, when I mentioned, the wedding. So thank you. Okay, so in response to the journal prompt, what are some highlights, moments of gratitude, or things that you're most proud of yourself for in the summer? Uh, Flix commented, I formed more friendships, left my old job to career pivot, and helped establish bylaws for a nonprofit I'm a part of. Let's go. Okay, that's beautiful. Formed more friendships. Can we talk about adult friendships for a sec? And how that is a very beautiful and powerful thing to be able to develop because it's like, where are we meeting our friends? We've met them. Now what's the next step? It can be something to navigate. So I commend you for that. Um, and oh wow, okay. And you left your old job and pivoted. That is a big step. And I commend you for it sounds like you definitely stepped outside of your comfort zone for many of these things, but that's really beautiful. Okay. Let me just a moment. Making sure okay. So, Mohammed Salah said, "I made some money, good work, and got a divorce. I'm not proud for divorcing, but I'm relieved." You know what? You did it sounds like you did what needed to be done. It sounds like you're entering a new chapter, and entering new chapters sometimes aren't always roses and daisies or the most positive thing, but I'm gonna say I commend you a lot this live stream. I commend you and I acknowledge you for going through some uncomfy things at some point, but snaps in the chat. Snaps in the chat for that. And congratulations on making more money and finding some good work as well. And can we talk about how good the feeling of relief is for a second as well? Because that is a beautiful thing. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. And I saw a few of your comments mentioning that audio has improved. I'm happy to hear it. Okay, so in response to the prompt, what are some highlights, moments of gratitude, or things that you're most proud of yourself for from summer? Holly commented, I am grateful for my strength and determination in deciding to leave my ex husband. Look at that, two comments in a row with divorce. I was strong with my ability to close that chapter in my life. Afterwards, I grew to know myself and work to love. Snaps in the chat. It is not these things aren't always easy, or maybe they are. Maybe you knew that that was the next thing for you, but I celebrate you and I acknowledge that there is work and a transition that comes with these things that we're celebrating for ourselves. And I hope that you have already taken a moment, maybe a night out or a night in, or a time to really acknowledge what has happened and commend yourself for the work and energy that you put into this and looking to the future. So I commend you, Holly. Awesome. Emily K commented, I'm proud of myself for being able to keep my garden alive during over 40 consecutive days of 100 plus degree weather. I'm getting fall flowers and harvest basil for homemade pesto. Okay. Let's talk about reaping what we've sown. Okay. Literally, a literal reaping of the land, what from the seeds that you have sown into it. That's really, really cool, Emily. It's just yeah, even if you whether you have a backyard garden or a bunch of land or even just a potted plant, the the feeling of seeing that plant grow, seeing the fruits of your labor, whether that's literal fruits from the plant or whether that's seeds or just a new leaf, it's such a beautiful reflection of how nature it takes time to grow. It takes time for a new phase. It takes time to get rooted into its new location in a backyard, in land, or in a pot. And when we can see the fruits of our labor right in front of us, that visual recognition in not immediate gratification, but delayed gratification, when it comes, that feeling of gratification is can be very fulfilling in a lot of ways. So, good for you, Emily. Snaps in the chat. That's Aw, Nick said, "Hello, everyone. Hello, Nick's India." Okay, San Juana says, "Being able to be vulnerable for the first time and saying, 'I love you.'" Oh, okay, snaps. Wow, that's really cool. That's really I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Alexa Hale says, "I'm most grateful for the investments I made in myself emotionally and with mentoring." Yes, man, that is such a great example of an investment that it's something that is evergreen when we work on ourselves, when we pour into ourselves, because when we have learned things or connected the dots or grown in wisdom or grown in experience, those are things that nobody can ever take away from us. So good for you, Alexa. That's really cool. What's up, Wes? Wes Gray commented, "I'm proud of myself for allowing myself to feel my emotions more." Mm. Stepping more into feeling worthy, accepting my body, accepting the pace I'm at on my journey, and having faith in the universe. Mm. Let's talk about that. Go Wes. Seriously, Wes, like, I'm really happy for you, and I'm really proud of you, and I just wish you continued clarity on your path and strength in the process, because it's a process and we go through different phases, and I just really commend you, and I wish you so much strength and mental clarity about who you are and your inherent value and the light within you that is reflected through every single mirror, through every single person, and how we're all connected through that light. And yeah, man, feeling your feelings more. Woo! When we talked about investing in ourselves and how that's something you can never take away, nobody can take away from you. The process of feeling our feelings and acknowledging them is a beautiful thing because I don't know about you guys, maybe you can comment, but sometimes oh my gosh. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. There's so many things going in my mind because I'm looking at the live chat, which is going off, and then I'm also wanting to reply and be present, and then I'm also trying to stay cognizant of time. Because this is our first question and we're already almost 30 minutes in. But this is what the whole vibing together aspect of this is. So trying not to be in a rush while also acknowledging we all have our bedtimes. Or maybe it's early for people. But the last thing I will say to you, Wes, is at least from my perspective, the more that you hold space for your emotions, the more that you have that inner dialogue of why for example, what comes to mind is procrastination. For me, procrastination is my way of emotionally regulating, because whatever I'm procrastinating on, usually it's because I feel uncomfortable doing it. I feel like I'm not familiar with doing it, or that action makes me feel stressed out. And so it's through, like you're saying, allowing myself to feel my emotions that I'm able to more efficiently bypass this maladaptive coping mechanism, which is procrastination. And these coping mechanisms show up in different ways. Sometimes we do certain things and it's like, "Why did I do that?" Or sometimes we might feel angry at somebody and it's like, "Why do I feel that way?" Through learning, "Oh, anger is a secondary emotion to pain or disappointment," or it's through learning these things that we develop as people and we have, a better relationship with ourselves and we yeah, so anyway, okay, I'm getting notified that the sound is going out again. So let me ask, how are we doing in terms of sound? I'm seeing your replies to what I mentioned to you. Lily from West Gray. Monica says, yes, that right there. The discomfort of doing something that promotes change. Okay. Too far says, I can hear you. Okay. Awesome. You can hear fine. Oh, somebody's saying it could be the internet connection. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to plug something in. It should help. One sec. Okay. I'm going to continue and talk a little bit slower, so maybe that will help. I'm going to read one more. I'm gonna read one more reply to the question for anybody who is new to the chat. I'm reading the replies, one more reply for the prompt, the journal prompt, which is, what are some highlights, moments of gratitude, or things that you're most proud of yourself for from summer? Okay, one last one. Ah, sorry, there's so many. Um, okay, Carly says, working on self-development and letting go of the past and living in the now. Beautiful. Oh. And then one more. Erica says, I'm proud of overcoming my social anxiety. Oh, Erica, can you comment the secret? I need some advice. I'm about to write that down. Not that it's a secret, I know it's a process, but I just want to commend you for that. Um, yes, okay. All right, moving on to the next journal prompt. So the next one is, what are some challenges or lessons that you learned from this summer? So these can be things that maybe weren't really comfy. They were challenges, obviously, or lessons. So, um, I put lessons if you don't wanna get into too much detail, if you wanna keep it private or anything like that. But what are some challenges or lessons that you learned from this summer? So Alexis has commented, or Alexis has written out this prompt in the live chat section, and I just pinned it. So again, what are some challenges or lessons from this? I'm gonna go ahead and write it in mine. Again, if you are new to the live chat, if you have a notebook, write it anywhere you'd like in the notebook. If you have your planner, you'll go to the autumn reflection section and then flip the page over to the lined page to write these questions, because we're starting with some questions that, yeah. Oh, we're getting some tea. I'm seeing some tea in the chat already. Dasani says that broke men are not sustainable. Oh, you know, I don't know what the story is behind that, but I hope you're feeling better, Dasani. Ooh, Tony commented, "Don't get too close to your coworkers." Oh, I've learned that the hard way. I've learned that the hard way sometimes. It really depends on the environment and the people, but I hope that things have gotten better. But if not, you've gotten your lesson from that. I'm gonna go ahead and write my answer to this. Now you guys can journal, so I'm gonna get quiet. Oh man, a lot of people are dropping the real tea. The real I love the comment section right now. Let me go ahead and answer this question. I love the comment. I see Shay commented, "Don't use dating apps." Okay, for anybody who's new to the live, we're answering the second journal prompt, which is, what are some challenges or lessons that you've learned from summer? Once everybody's written them, I will read some off so we can talk about it. I'm reading so much tea right now, it's amazing. Ooh, okay. I wanna let everybody journal. Okay. Everyone comment a heart emoji if you're journaling, and comment any other emoji if you need more time to journal before I start reading the replies. I feel like I can start reading replies and you can keep journaling too. So I think I'll do that. No, I am so excited. I already started reading the comments. Okay, I love it. Oh, I'm getting all hearts. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll up and see. Let's see, let's see. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Savannah. Okay, Savannah, I feel like this is probably a comment of you celebrating, celebrating the win from this summer, but I just wanna read it. She said, "I cut off all energy vampires this summer and grew my first business. Let's go." I don't know if any of you guys have experienced it, but I have seen it in my life and in other people's lives when they have cut off energy vampires or just people who were draining their energy or even just set a boundary, like, literally just telling people, for example, like, "You know what? I can't talk during these times," or to your boss, "That's not in my job description," whatever. Things really start moving in their lives. It's like you really drew your energy back to yourself and you're, like, manifesting a lot faster. I don't know. I've noticed that in my life, but I just good for you, Savannah. I just read that. Okay, let me scroll down. Okay. Okay, so Divinely Guided said, "When people show you who you are, who they are, believe them." Yes. Oh, I actually have a list of, 30 things I learned in 30 years because they turned 30 this year, and they're just things I wish I just want my future children to know, anybody who's younger than me to know, anybody. And that is one thing I stand by. Even when somebody says to you, "Oh, I'm self-aware of myself, and I know that I can be vindictive." And your first thought might be, "No, don't think that of yourself." The reality is, most of the time, what somebody believes they are capable of, they're capable of. Like, even if you don't see it in them, and they're literally directly telling you, like, "I can be vindictive sometimes, or I can be this, or I can be that." Listen to them and trust them. The thing is, even if you don't see it in them, even if you haven't seen it for years, no matter what, whatever your self-image is of yourself, that is what will manifest. That is what you will act, in alignment with, right? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, anyway, just believe them. Or yeah, anyway, I my coworker fell in love with me. Tony! Your coworker fell in love with you. What happened? We need to know. Let us know in the comments. Oh, you just want him as a friend. I see that. Wow. I really hope everything works out because being in close proximity with somebody with that type of situation is not it we're talking about challenges. It can be a challenge to navigate, but I wish you the best with that, and actually, anybody who deserve that, comment your advice. I would love for everybody to comment their advice if you feel like the person commenting might need it. Be polite and kind because Alexis is moderating, and we need to be kind, so, okay. Spirit Weaver 31 said, "Maintaining boundaries, especially with difficult coworkers." Okay, I'm getting a lot of coworker comments. Yeah, a lot of collaboration this summer. That can be hard because you need to show up every day and, continue to try with them, so it can be hard. My challenges were getting used to actually using a budget. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that with budgeting, it can be so helpful to have an app or something to give you a notification, something that's right in front of you, or something on a wall. That's one of the reasons why I made the Auralign, wall calendars, and I made them, like, jumbo size. It's literally because visually, I remember things if it's on a wall right in front of me. Like, if it's closed on my phone, that can be hard for me. So, I don't know if that helps, but if anybody else has any, budgeting advice, leave it in the chat for Monica. Monica, check those out. Nikki says, "Trying to eat better, them sweets are killing me." Oh, and we're about to enter holiday season with all the best sweets ever. You know, if it's something that has to do with, worrying about your self-image, I feel like you shouldn't worry about that. If it's something that has to do with your health and wanting to get right with your health, then you know what? I really commend you for working on that, and that is something that I really wanna work on as well for my health because, yeah, I've noticed I think maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I've noticed I feel more inflamed with too much sugar now, and inflammation is no bueno systemically in the body, as many of us know, who are okay, so a lesson that TYG learned is get your money and run. Friends are a bonus, not the pursuit. That's an interesting one. I'd love to know the context, but you don't have to give that to me or us. But I respect that. Get your money and run. Yeah, sometimes depending on what the situation is, especially if it's maybe contracted work or you're working on an individual product or project, sometimes it's like, "All right, that worked. Bye, guys." I don't need to stick around, you know? Sometimes there's a lesson in not lingering in certain environments or situations that we don't feel aligned with, you know? And listening to that intuition. I know that sometimes we might feel something, we're like, "Ooh, I don't like this vibe," but we might wanna linger because we want to see it out a little bit longer and see if things change. And it's really up to your individual relationship with your intuition, but sometimes it's about listening to the intuition and like you're saying, make your money or do your thing and get out of the situation, and that's it, Monique said, "To make more time for myself." Okay, so a lesson that you learned this summer is making more time for yourself, self-care, and that some people at workplace don't really want you to be happy. Ooh, okay, real quick, because I know we have a lot of comments, to go through, but that's something that I feel like a characteristic in people, whether that's friends or in an environment, if you notice that they kind of wanna, like, bring you down to earth or kinda, like, knock you down a peg, or they have comments that wanna kind of, like if you're excited about something and they're kind of like, "Yeah, but what about this?" Or you know what I mean? Like, a lot of that, one, is projection of their own perspective of the world, and maybe they're like, "I need to stay grounded. I can't get too excited," and so they project it onto you, like, "You shouldn't be so excited." But that's something to be aware of because you should be with people who match your energy or at least support you, or even if they don't fully identify with your perspective, they can hold space for it. Obviously not yes men who agree with everything you say. Constructive criticism is necessary and a very healthy component of friendships, but yeah. Okay. Let's see. Caroline said, I have been way too codependent in my relationships. It has always led me to feeling stifled because I'm afraid to show my partner my true self for fear of them rejecting the real me. Ooh, I feel you with that, Caroline. Very hard. Like, there's so many levels to that. If anybody has maybe gone through that, or if you identify with that and would like to comment how you have worked through something like that, to support Caroline, love to see it in the chat. Um, but I just wish you support, and I feel like self-awareness is the most important aspect of it. So the fact that you have a level of self-awareness, you put a word to it, and you're able to identify when that happens, I think that that's a huge component um, to the healing process of that. So, yeah. Gray says, a lesson that he's learned this summer answering the second prompt that we have pinned in the chat for anybody new. A lesson that he's learned is to speak my truth more and to not be afraid to do so, following my intuition more and not comparing myself to others. Yes. Oh, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anybody else identifies with this. I think this is very normal, I guess. But as I have grown in age, I'm 30 this year. I have felt so much more free being myself. Oh, one of the things that I wrote as a lesson that I learned this summer, this is something that comes back to me in different ways. It's not like I just learned it, but it really, I feel so much more grounded in this, and that is that you will never be able to please everybody. You will never be able to please everybody. You could do everything right, that you subjectively deem as right. And there will be somebody in the room with a stank attitude about it, or somebody who said, "Why did they talk so fast?" Or "Why did they," and that's because we are all going on our own path. We are all mirrors to one another. We are all reflecting and projecting onto one another, and you never know what somebody's going through. And because of that, when we can remember that, we can be a little bit more grounded in ourselves. And even when we sense, like, for example, with me, I learned that I have hypervigilance. I used to think I'm a magical empath, but realized, that's hypervigilance and trauma, stuff like that. I know some of you guys have learned about this, but I learned that even if I can, oftentimes I can step into a room and I can feel people's energy. Sometimes I can feel in a room when I'm talking and everybody's happy. There can be one person in the room that seems upset or seems irritated or seems triggered or seems whatever, or I just feel an energy from them. And in the past, I internalized that, and maybe Wes, you can identify with this, internalizing wanting, somebody else's emotions and automatically thinking that's my responsibility. How can I change my behavior to make everybody comfortable? Or let me be hyper aware of this person because I need to be able to predict their actions and things like that. And I've learned that unfortunately we cannot control everybody's impression of us, everybody's emotions, because we can't be their therapist and get to the root of why they're projecting onto us, or we can't always be able to stop and ask people, "Why are you feeling that way?" And so it's really a practice. At least for me, it's a muscle that's built. So I really commend you, Wes, for learning about that and putting it to practice. I feel like it really is a muscle that you build of being in spaces and being your true authentic self and feeling the feeling of knowing not everybody's happy or approved or whatever, and still being yourself and still being aligned, giving energy to the people who are giving you. So anyway, maybe I'm preaching to the choir. I'm sure I know many of you guys are spiritually and more emotionally, maybe psychologically developed in a lot of ways because I see your comments in a lot of the videos where you're talking about things like this, and I'm like, "Go you, man!" So anyway, let me check my phone real quick. Okay, continuing on. When I'm checking my phone, I'm checking Alexis, who is our moderator, just checking that she hasn't messaged me. Sometimes she'll let me know if the sound messes up and things like that. Okay, Goddess Isis, confirmation of what I just said. Through actions comes clarity. Yes, every action that we do, whether it's an uncomfortable action, stepping out of our comfort zone, anything, we are strengthening the muscle to continue to do that. We are building experiences of, oh, I did that and I didn't nothing horrible went wrong. Like, I can try it again. You're building confidence along the way. Okay, Zaria asked, "How many prompts have there been so far?" Oh, okay, Alexis did that. Got it. Thank you, Alexis. Okay, Marvelous Marva said, "It's okay to quit my job. The universe has always taken care of me. I am safe." Okay, you know what? I don't know the full context to all of that, and everybody's path, especially in their career, is different, and I wish you so much luck, protection, and divine alignment for what's next for you, Marvelous Marva, and I hope that I'm pronouncing Marva right. I think I am. Yes. Holly says a lesson that she learned this summer is be your true self and don't be apologetic for who you are. But still make sure to be assertive and confident in self-expression. Ah, yes, absolutely. Love that. I love that we're seeing confirmation in these what we're sharing, that we've learned similar things. Like I said, like I wrote down, you're never gonna be able to make everybody happy, you know what I mean? Or satisfy everybody or be the most likable to every last person. And there's freedom in knowing that there's so much freedom. One last thing I wanted to add to that, another thing that really set me free in a lot of ways, especially with putting myself online, is that people don't care as much as you think they do in the best way possible. Like we are background characters to one another in so many ways in the best way possible. Even if, for example, you're in a room and you're being yourself and somebody thinks there's a weird energy there, they're probably gonna go on with their day and they're gonna forget about it just like you might. And, so anyway, I'm gonna continue on. Okay, so Marvelous Marva said, "After that, I quit and the universe just keeps surprising me. Let's go." Kai Duran commented that a lesson that they learned during, this summer was that Venus retrograde hit hard. She said, "It hit me hard, y'all. I had the biggest fight ever with my husband, all over miscommunication, and we've since made up and are better than ever." Oh, wow. That was a rough summer. Can we talk about the Venus retrograde, y'all? I had my wedding the first day that Venus went direct. Yeah, I got it, Alexis, just saw your text. I know that audio is a little choppy, so I'm going to make sure that I am articulating myself, and my words and everything clearly. But yeah, let's talk about that Venus retrograde. So, as many of y'all already know, Venus impacts love in our relationships, and when in retrograde, we can often see things that we might have felt were maybe pushed under the rug, or things that we thought were handled in the past relative to our relationships, or things that we weren't aware of coming to the surface. Because in retrograde for Venus, we're being called to observe these things. And it's actually when Venus goes direct that we often feel a lot more confident in handling what was brought to our attention during the retrograde. And so, Kai, let me tell you, me and my partner, we had our Venus retrograde moments as well. And like you said, we learned so much through it. And because, at least for me, I feel like because we were both self-aware, like, "Oh, these things are coming to the surface for a reason," it helped us to be constructive with how we handled it. And so I congratulations to you for getting through it because, I feel like for friendships, and also this speaks to a lot of the comments earlier in lessons that we learned at this time. You can't trust your coworkers, be careful around the coworkers, collaborating with coworkers can be hard. Venus impacts our relationships, and those are relationships with our coworkers. Like, there are platonic workplace relationships, and so it sounds like for many of us, this retrograde brought up things right to our forefront, like, "Oh, you thought things were fine." So, anyway, yeah. Yeah, this retrograde was interesting. And actually sorry, real quick, why am I saying sorry? Let me not say sorry. Okay, this is my life. But I just really quickly want to add to that. The second lesson that I wrote 2 lessons. The second one was that any relationship that you have, if you feel safe doing so, only if you feel safe doing so, uncomfortable conversations of just bringing up, like, say you notice in a friend or in a coworker or somebody, like, "Hey, I noticed that you kind of said this thing, it felt passive aggressive," or, "I kind of got the impression that you feel this way," or, "Hey, I noticed this." Asking clarifying questions and basically being in a comfortable conversation with them and being direct with them is the literal antidote to most problems. And the reason why I say that is because most of the time, when you at least for me, when I have worked up the courage to interact with people and be like, "Hey, I are we good? Hey, like, I kinda noticed that this happened. What's like, how are you feeling?" When we do that, you always get the answer you need because you either get the answer of they don't wanna talk about it, they're deflecting, they don't want to do the work with me, or they don't have that deeper conversation, or they're making excuses. Maybe that's the answer you needed to know, "Okay, let me pull my energy away from this because we're not in a space where we can collaborate and co-create a safe environment with one another." Or the other answer is, "Hey, honestly, I was afraid to bring that up with you. Thank you for bringing that up. Honestly, I was feeling this way, and that's why what I said came off this way." Or honestly, this you know what I mean? When we open that door, it can be so scary, but that's something that I learned from the summer, especially with the Venus retrograde, is that, like, because I have some friendships that I had a heart to work with them where I was like, "Okay, in a loving way, in all pure love, in a space that is rooted in me wanting to make sure that our relationship is strong and we both feel safe in our relationship with one another, and we both feel like we're co-creating a space of love. What's going on with this? I felt uncomfortable here, or did you feel uncomfortable here? Or did I do something wrong?" Through those uncomfy conversations of, like, being real with each other and just checking in, I feel so much stronger in the relationship. So, anyway, that might not be feasible for everybody with coworkers like that, but that's my answer to that. Okay? We're almost an hour in. Crazy. Let me answer 2 more, and then we'll go to the next. Okay. Glitter and glue times 2 commented, "Trusting the lesson that they learned from this summer was trusting in the universe versus focusing on fear or lack. Hard to be okay with the unknown or things being up in the air. Another thing they learned is putting me first. Everything else can wait. And karma and the universe are working in my favor." Those are powerful lessons from this summer. Sounds like a lot happened. Definitely. Okay, Mohammed Salah said, "A lesson they learned this summer is not to get attached to any person ever again." Oh, no. No. Well, you know what? Your lessons are your lessons, your experiences are your experiences, your path is your path. Oh, I'm sorry for whatever I'm assuming that something might have happened that didn't feel good, that led to that lesson, and I just wanna say I'm sorry that you felt that way and that you experienced that. Mhm. Let's get some encouraging words in the comment section from Mohammed. I'm sorry about that. But you know what? Those are your lessons, and I respect it. I don't wanna tell you not to feel that way, feel your feelings, but I just hope that you know that love, happiness, joy, connection, safety, trust, mutual respect, those are things that exist in this world and that you deserve and that you can have. In my personal opinion, I just hope that maybe not right now, but that eventually you can try to stay open to that possibility. Maybe it's not right now, but eventually. Um, okay, one more, answering the second writing prompt, which was, "What are some challenges or lessons from this summer that you've learned?" For anybody new to the chat, this prompt is pinned in the live chat section, so you can go and check it out. Okay, Melody Neal commented, "Learning to budget for needs and long-term goals versus immediate gratification." I feel ya. It's a balance of wanting to live life and just do it in the moment while also considering long-term things. All I can say is that that can also be long-term, just keeping those long-term goals in consideration. Ooh, okay, last one. This is really great from Danielle Dean. "My growth might not look like everyone else's around me, and that is okay." Yes. And shout out to everyone who has grown or gone through anything, and they didn't post it online. They didn't even share with their friends or their family, but they know, you know in your heart that you did something and that you grew in some way. And also shout out to anyone who, like, you know that you've grown, and by comparison, it doesn't feel like you have to pace with somebody else, but you still grew, and that's the point, so shout out to you. Oh, okay, okay. I'm just reading, scrolling down. Okay, I'm seeing all the hearts of everybody commenting that they are ready. Okay, okay, I'm just reading, scrolling down just to kinda check in with everyone. Okay, somebody just commented that the audio is off. Can you comment if you can hear me, everyone? Okay. Amia says, "I can. Yes, I can hear you." Okay, you can hear me. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on for the sake of time. We're an hour in, and I really want to keep this to 2 hours. Preferably. So, moving on, we are now going to. So, if you are writing this in your notebook, you don't have to do anything. But if you have your Auralign planner, we are now going to flip over, back over to the autumn reflections page. Let's see. The autumn reflections page. We're gonna flip over to the holistic health wheel. Oh, okay. We're gonna flip over to the holistic health wheel now. If you have your Auraline planner. If you have your notebook, you don't have to do anything. So you're good. You're Gucci. Um, so first, I'm gonna go ahead. So what we're going to do next is we are going to review the holistic health wheel that's in the planner. Again, if you don't have the planner, you don't need it. I'm going to list all of the aspects of holistic health, and then I will ask you a prompt based off of all of those questions. And Alexis, our moderator, will pin these holistic health areas to start. So the holistic health areas that we're going to review right now are our spiritual health, our social health, so that's, our social lives, our physical health, our financial health, so that looks like financial literacy, things like that, our emotional health, how we handle things emotionally, how we process things, our nutritional health, so our eating habits, diet, and relationship to food, our intellectual health, and in the planner, it explains this, but I'll go ahead and read it. So for intellectual health, that is critical thinking, openness to learning. Let me go ahead and pin Alexis's comment so you can see pinned right now are all the different aspects of holistic health. For anybody who is coming into the live right now, I'm listing off all the different aspects of holistic health. Sorry, y'all. I just want to make sure you see. I'm like reading it off. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm reading it off here. And if you guys want to order your planner for 2024, you will also get this. But every season will have this holistic health wheel, and then below describes each of them. I'm reading them now. So after intellectual health, we have occupational health. So the health, like how healthy does your work environment feel? That's finding satisfaction and balance within one's occupation. You don't have to be like living your passion. I know some people don't identify with, having your job be whatever you're passionate about, and that's totally cool too. But it's generally speaking your balance, the balance that you have in your occupation. And finally, environmental health. So that's our social consciousness, safe and non-toxic living working environments. Um, so yeah. So, based off of all of those aspects of health, our third prompt for the night is what areas within the holistic health wheel do you feel most satisfied in and why? So, Alexis, if you can hear me, if you can put the prompt, if you can put the prompt and all of the aspects of holistic health in one comment so I can put it all together, that would be helpful. Um, okay, I'm seeing your comments that audio is choppy. I'm sorry, y'all. Maybe I should go and come back. Oh no. Okay. I'm bringing my laptop even closer to see if that helps. Is there any change right now? Has it improved or it's the same? Okay, Alexis, I see your comment that it's too many characters. So go ahead and just comment the prompt on its own. No problem. Okay. Somebody suggested scooting the mic further back. Okay. They said remove the external device. Okay. Do you hear things any differently now? Has it improved at all? Or is it the same? So much better. Yay! Oh, maybe you don't have to tell me twice. I have gotten rid of the mic. Okay, Steph says, okay, you think it's the internet? Got it. Cool. Okay. So with that said, the third prompt, the third journal prompt is in consideration of the holistic health wheel, the different areas of our health, what areas within the holistic health wheel do you feel most satisfied in and why? So for example, um, one of the areas of the holistic health wheel that I feel most satisfied in right now is my social health. So communication and connection within community, family, social networks. I feel the most healthy there. It's just an example to kind of help you guys with. I have just pinned the prompt. Okay, I just pinned the prompt, and then Alexis has also commented all of the different areas of holistic health, so you can look at the live chat to see those examples. So again, the prompt is, what areas in the holistic health wheel do you feel most satisfied in and why? If you have your planner, I skipped a few of the initial questions, and I actually think that it's better to do those later on after you answer these, so it's totally okay. But this question is printed in your planner. Growth Rising, put a waving emoji. Hi, Growth Rising. Okay, thanks, Wes. Yeah, she can comment it. So I'll go ahead and let you guys write journal the answer to that prompt, and I'll go ahead and journal mine. Oh, I just realized that these prompts. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys answer the question. No more talking for me. And for anybody just now joining the chat, we are answering the third question. We're just journaling it right now. Hello, Aylin. Welcome to the chat. Oh, thank you, angelic hotness, hot mess, angelic. Completely off topic. You are so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Gosh. Okay. Everyone can go ahead and comment a heart emoji if you're ready for me to start reading your answers in the chat to this prompt so we can share. And you can comment any other emoji if you're not ready yet. And you're still While you do that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you my answer to this question. So, some areas that I feel most satisfied in right now. My mom is calling me. Okay, I'll call her back. I was gonna let I'll call her back. So some lessons I feel most wait. Oh, no, I missed the call. I was gonna answer it and have her say hi to you guys live. No, I won't. Okay. So some areas I'm most satisfied in right now, one of them is my social health. 2 reasons. One, the wedding. It was so deeply fulfilling to not only celebrate with all of my loved ones and family members, but to spend the weekend with them and to kind of catch up and to basically co-create core memories with one another. I saw a really good Instagram post that, sorry to crack my neck. I saw a really great Instagram post, that was talking about how adult friendships, they're mainly us catching up each other on our lives and telling them how we have been living our lives, telling them about our own memories. And when we're younger, we mainly are sharing experiences with one another, and so we share core memories with one another, and that can be deeply fulfilling. So for the wedding, I was able to do that with most of my loved ones all weekend, and that was deeply fulfilling. To have worlds collide as well. I think maybe it's because I'm a Gemini, I don't know, but a lot of my friends, none of them know each other. And I feel like I have my entrepreneur friends, I have my super spiritual friends, I have my childhood friends, I have my, activities, partying friends, and it was kind of cool to see worlds collide. Also, like I said before, I was able to work through some tough emotions with some of my friends, which fortified the friendship even more. The second area of my life that I feel most satisfied in is my occupation, which is my job, which is doing things like this, creating the planners, YouTube. I'm very grateful for my job, and I just always stay deeply grateful because I know that this is something that it takes a lot of work and that it's not something that's just handed to you. I've worked on this channel. Oh my gosh, it's going to be almost 10 years, 2024 next year of when I started this channel. No, 2025. So I've been working at this for, like, almost 8 years, y'all, like, this did not come overnight. So, anyway, I'm very satisfied about those things because as an entrepreneur, and maybe you guys can comment on this, but, like, um, when you're working for yourself or doing contracted work or just when there's nobody above you or below you or anyone to kind of, like, deflect, anything off of it, it's all your responsibility. you take a lot of time to reflect on yourself, and, like and for me, that shows up as really having to combat limiting beliefs. From the very beginning of starting this page, I had to become very aware of, like, the limiting beliefs I had of what I was capable of, and work through that in order to be confident enough to put myself out there online. I've worked through it. Even now, I work through limiting beliefs of, like, Alina, you've never really done that before. You haven't been good at that. You have procrastinated on that. How are you gonna do it now?" And having to hear that limiting belief, that thought in my mind and be like, "Well, you're gonna try anyway. You can do some," you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm not gonna turn this into a therapy session, but those are the things that, areas of my life that I'm most satisfied in and why. Okay, let's go ahead and read some of your comments. Okay, I'm just finding your comments to read. Okay, so Wes Gray commented, oh no, I lost it. What happened? Okay. Wes Gray said, "I'm most satisfied with my spiritual and emotional health. Spiritually, I feel like I've allowed myself to tune in more with the present moment." Yes. Emotionally, as said above, I've allowed my feelings to be honored and felt. I really like that wording of honoring it, of honoring our emotions. That's very beautiful, and I commend you for that. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, so Melody commented, answering the prep for anybody who's new to the chat, what areas of the holistic health wheel do you feel most satisfied in and why? Melody commented, I feel most satisfied in my physical health. I completed my 60-pound weight loss and came off insulin after 30 years. Oh my gosh. That's incredible, Melody. That is incredible. I would love if you feel comfortable commenting, like, what helped you to do that. That is an incredible feat health-wise to regulate your blood sugar in that way. That's something that yeah, that's incredible. Congratulations. Okay. Um, Aisha says, something she feels most an area of her health that she feels most satisfied in is spiritual health. Not sure where my path is taking me, but I'm more trusting that things will happen as they are supposed to. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. It can be so hard to kind of let go of that feeling of control, but you're doing it and good for you. That's awesome. Oh, okay, Nick, you saw my cute furry baby behind me. Oh, yeah. Either Holly or Coco, one of my cats. I feel like they come in, they like sleeping in here, but I'm really protecting my voice, and they're like, "Okay, I'm leaving, you're too loud." Okay, sorry. I'm just finding, I'm just reading through your replies. Okay, I found my place. Got it, got it, got it. I feel like I have all my nutritional needs met, and I'm starting to read more. So I'm very satisfied with my nutritional and intellectual health. Everything else needs a lot more attention than ever does. And that's from Flixt or FLXXD. Nice. Good for you. Feeling like your nutritional needs are met, that's very great. I feel like for me, it's just such a balancing act sometimes, but it just takes me, like, sitting down and really planning things out. I commend you for that. Yes. Angelica Hot Mess said Angelic Hot Mess said, "Damn, girl, I got scared of you popping like that." I think you were talking about me cracking my neck. Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, wow. Okay, Wes said you only found me on YouTube in 2021. Okay, yeah. I feel like I really started, doing spiritual, full new moon, astrological meditation content in 2020. Before that, it was all nutrition. As many of you know, I'm a holistic nutritionist, functional nutritionist, so that was my main subject. And then I just felt this shift within. and I just wanted to talk more about spirituality and find people who were into those same things, so it just felt like the right sort of shift. So maybe that's why you found me then because that's when I shifted into that. I don't know. Okay, so Stephanie said, in response to the journal prompt, which is what areas within the holistic health field do you feel most satisfied in and why? Stephanie said, feeling satisfied with my spiritual health. This summer, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and I took it as a sign to get in touch with my spirituality to heal my life as a whole. Okay. I'm really glad that you feel very satisfied in your spiritual health. I'd love if you feel comfortable commenting like, what brought you to feeling satisfied in that area this summer? And anybody else, if you'd like to comment, like, what activities or things that you have done, maybe in summer or recently that have contributed to you feeling satisfied in your spiritual health? Mm. Well, I'm first off, I commend you for going to the doctor and getting a checkup and seeing those things. Wow, right now there's 144 people in the chat and there's 144 likes. I like that alignment. Um, anyway, but Stephanie, I wanna commend you for going to the doctor and for taking the time to get tested and get this diagnosis and work with professionals on this. And I also commend you for, it sounds like you intuitively knew about that mind, body, spirit, body connection. There's a really good book, it's called Body Keeps the Score, and it talks a lot about how things can manifest or our emotional things that we keep in and haven't processed in some ways can sometimes manifest relative to health. I am not your medical provider. I do not know your personal health. I am not saying that everybody needs to focus on that over going to the doctor or their physical health or their nutrition or things like that. That's not what I'm saying. But it does open up an interesting conversation in the exploration of our connection, of the connection that we have with our emotions and our physical health and our spirituality and our spiritual health, right, in our physical health, and also how it can help us process, a diagnosis and process these things as we learn how to take care of ourselves in a way. So I commend you for taking the time to take care of yourself and work on those things, definitely. All right. Alexis is a goat. Can we all give her a round of applause for keeping up with us to make sure that we know what's going on? Yes. Snaps in the chat for Alexis. I wanna take a moment just real quick. Alexis is a boss. Alexis is our moderator, and you see her in the chat. She has blue. It's her name is in blue because she's, like, commenting, answering everybody's questions while I'm talking. She is also marketing manager for Auralign, and she is incredible at what she does. If you're on our Instagram page or our TikTok, it's Auralign Shop on either of them. By the way, if you are following us there, just selfless, selfish plug or whatever, shameless plug. If you guys could go follow us on there, like, we'd really appreciate the support. Alexis has been making daily content, taking clips from my YouTube videos, putting it on there, making announcements on there about the launch, announcements about this live stream. It's just a great place that if you're not constantly on YouTube and you're maybe on Instagram more or on TikTok, you get updates, astrological updates as well. So just shout out to Alexis. She's been doing an amazing job. Thank you, Wes, for real, for mentioning that. Jess commented, "Oh, I'm seeing all the snaps. Alexis, yes! Oh my gosh." And it's Alexis with Y, by the way. Okay, going I wanna find my place. Okay, so Jess commented, "I just wanna say thank you for all you do." Oh, thank you. Aries here, just buckling up for tomorrow, trying to take focus and action. Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Speaking of which, real quick, yeah, this full moon tomorrow is Aries. I wanna give a huge shout out to my Aries and also my Libras. Okay? Like, cardinal signs, I saw on the chart, things are can be a little bit challenging for y'all right now, but have heart. Days, and it will pass, and, I just wanna commend you guys and anybody who might have been feeling any challenging energy from this Aries full moon. I've been getting a lot of comments that it felt a little bit more challenging for everyone. I feel like a lot's going on right now. So, yeah, I just buckle up, we'll get through it, and yeah, okay. And thank you, Jess, for the compliment. I see the comments, a very good celebrating melody. Okay, so okay, glitter and glue times 2 commented, "This is so relatable." So in answering the prompt, which is, "What areas of the holistic health wheel do you feel most satisfied in?" She commented, "I feel this changes daily for me. Last week, I felt great spiritually and physically. This week, I feel rocky, but not bad." That is I completely get that. I totally get that. Um, and yeah. It was yeah, I totally get that. And in retrospect for the summer, I feel like the general theme for me was that I felt good in my social health and my occupational health the best because I was learning lessons, actually, like, stepping up to the plate to actually, like, step outside of my comfort zone and fix the problem or finally do what I need to do. But, yeah, like, from day to day, it's one thing or another, and thank you for commenting that because, yeah, we don't wanna set the standard that or make people think that you're supposed to consistently feel perfect in one area over the other every single day. So Ivana commented, "I am most satisfied emotionally. I have grown through dialectical behavioral therapy and meditation to learn to be more accepting of others and myself. Radical acceptance and self-compassion." Ivana Andrews, yo, I good for you, like, that is so good, and I just want to acknowledge the work that it takes to do these types of things, to go through that type of therapy, and to take time to meditate, to develop that. Good for you. Nix commented, "I found you during COVID, and I'm truly grateful that you were a part of my spiritual evolution." I thank you so much. Man, a lot of us really went through COVID together, like, I was doing some live streams. I did, pick a card readings. I remember doing pick a card readings. Ugh, I remember starting my meditations on here in 2020. So thank you so much, Cynthia, like, for rocking with me since then. Maybe you took a break from watching my videos and came back, whatever, like, it's just really cool, very gratifying to kind of grow with one another, and whenever I see these comments of, like seeing comments of, like, "Oh, I found you this year, and I was going through this, and, like, now I'm here," and I was going through something then too, and now we're here, and that's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna answer 2 more, and then we will go to what I think is the final prompt before we intention set. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so Natalie Houston commented in response to the prompt, which is what areas of the holistic health wheel do you feel most satisfied in and why? She answered occupational. I am a banker. Learning financial literacy is key to my family's freedom. Amen. Your spiritual health. He commented, my intuition has helped me grasp the life I see for myself and physical health. Working out more. Good for you. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Yeah, man. Financial literacy is the heart of financial health because no matter what happens, we talked about this before. When we are when we are literate in our own selves, is when we grow in our wisdom of ourselves and of people, that's something that can never be taken away from us. When we grow in our financial little literacy, when we grow in that, that is also something that nobody can ever take away from us, and the type of knowledge that we can always go back to. So I commend that, Natalie. Ooh, okay, last one. Janelle, this is so cool. So Janelle commented, "Self-regulation through weightlifting and losing 20 pounds. Congratulations." That is not easy. That is not easy. So congratulations on that. And specifically through self-regulation, I'd love to learn more about what you mean by that, like the context of that, but that's really beautiful. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to one of our final journal prompts of the night. Shout out to everybody who is still here rocking with us. Um, what I will do real quick, I'll go ahead and do this, Alexis. Oh, let me check my phone real quick. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and comment and pin aspects of the holistic health wheel one more time, and I'm going to pin it because it is relevant. I just want you guys to review it. It's pinned in the chat right now. Different aspects of the holistic health wheel to refresh your memory, because the next comment is, or the next prompt is, what areas within the holistic health wheel would you benefit from more attention? Would benefit from more attention, and why? So what areas of the holistic health wheel would benefit from more attention, and why? I'll go ahead and read aspects of the holistic health wheel as you journal this out. So that could be spiritual health, social health, physical health, financial health, emotional, nutritional, intellectual health, occupational health, and so on. Maria commented, I'm just tuning in. Welcome, Maria. I am actually journaling on what I can let go and declutter for this full moon, making room for more abundance and improving my financial health. That's very beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and journal. Um, so now that you know the holistic health aspects, I have pinned the prompt to the live chat. Go ahead and journal that. I too will journal as well. Hmm. Okay, while everybody's journaling, I just want to read some of the comments so you can continue journaling. Oh, Coco's here. She's meowing for attention. She's like, give me attention. My cat. So Janelle commented for context, which I appreciate. They commented, I get sensory overload from being an empath and suffer from anxiety. So working out helps me clean my nerves, calm my nerves, and brings me back to center from the last to answer from the last prompt. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that really that brings up a fun fact for anybody who doesn't know this. A lot of our stress hormones, specifically adrenaline, I'll speak about adrenaline. A lot of times when that's released, when we feel stress, that comes from evolutionarily, we were supposed to have those hormones released from flight or fight or flight mode. So when we felt like there was a predator or an immediate threat to our lives, we would either fight, so we would need the adrenaline for that energy to fight, or we would flight, so we would run from the predator or the life-threatening situation. Either way, that adrenaline physiologically is there to support us in being physically active. And in modern day, we can understandably feel social anxiety, social stress, stress from being an empath, stress from our environment for whatever reason, whether it's not people, whatever. It could be from our commute. But in modern day, because oftentimes a lot of people are sedentary, we can feel that stress and we're like, "Oh, I feel like stress." And so the fact, Janelle, that you are utilizing working out to help with quite literally processing the adrenaline, utilizing it and helping the body process it and get it out of the system so that it's not coursing through us and continuing to kind of, create that physical state of stress. That's so beautiful and powerful, and I am just so happy for you, and thank you for sharing that. Okay, so everybody comment hearts in the chat if you have journaled and you have completed your journaling and you're ready for me to read off the journal prompts, or comment any other emoji. It could be any emoji if you're still journaling and you need more. Thank you, Alessandra. You said great explanation. All right, I'm seeing hearts. I'm seeing hearts. Okay, go ahead. Let me go ahead and answer some of these prompts. So, Aisha, Aisha's answer to the prompt, for anybody who's new to the chat, I have pinned the current journal prompt in the chat, and the prompt is, "What areas within the holistic health wheel would benefit from more attention and why?" Aisha commented, "Physical health. I'm trying to make more time for movement. Been out of your routine for a long time and can definitely feel it." I get what you mean. Yeah. Oh, man, I love that topic too. I was just recently learning about, our lymphatic system and the importance of shaking and movement. I don't wanna shake, but the importance of shaking and movement, even walk. I just wanna tell y'all, like, walks can be so transformative, just simple walks. And I know for a long time I was like, "No, I gotta have this elaborate workout, or I need to really exert myself," but walks like, really meet most of our fundamental needs in a lot of ways because for lymphatic drainage, for which in our lymphatic system literally helps our body, get rid of waste, contributes to our body, everything that's in our urine and our bowels and bowel movements, all that stuff, that's TMI, a lot of that comes through our lymphatic system, and our lymphatic system is dependent on our movement. It's dependent on our motion and shaking, and the utilization of that to allow gravity to bring everything down, through our systems, to put that simply, very simply put. But all that to say, I just wanna let you know walking can be so powerful, for blood sugar regulation. It's done before or immediately after a meal. It can be great for, detoxification through our lymphatic system, through bowel movements, movement. Simple walks also help with elimination and digestion, stimulating the vagus nerve. So anyway, yeah, I hope that that might be encouraging in some way, Anisha, that it can be simple steps and not too elaborate. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Nora, commented in response to this prompt, "Environmental health needs the most attention. I am decluttering my home. It's a daily grind, but the benefits are so important. I can no longer keep all the things. I know I can do this." You know what? Snaps to you for doing that and also acknowledging that it's a process. I need to do it all in one day. And if not, I'm gonna come back to it in 5 months. Like, it can be a little bit at a time. And yeah, I've definitely noticed in myself as well. Well, y'all, I have the book right here. This book, Feng Shui Modern, Feng Shui Modern, this book, especially if you are spiritual and you like learning about other cultures' spiritual perspectives of different aspects of life. So, I'm sure many of you know what feng shui is, but just to speak to what you're talking about in this comment, what I loved I one night I couldn't sleep and I literally read this entire book. This book is very readable. It has a lot of graphics, it's very readable, it's a quick read, so highly recommend. It's called Feng Shui Modern. Highly recommend. It was written by, this guy who's a feng shui expert, Chinese feng shui expert. He actually blew up on TikTok because he was talking about it. That's why I found him. That's a side story. But in the book, it really talks about the spirituality behind our clutter and how you might have heard people say like, "Oh, when you have a cluttered room, it can make you feel like you have a cluttered mind or it can make you feel stagnant." That is not just a random new age thing that people came up with. That has been understood, for centuries. in Eastern spirituality and mainly through feng shui. And so anyway, the process long story short, highly recommend reading the book because once you read it, you learn about chi energy and how energy flows through your house and good energy, bad energy, uh, growth energy, whatever you want. When you're able to declutter or, even just acknowledge and give appreciation to the things that you have in your home, it allows for that chi energy to flow, and thus it helps you in your own endeavors and what you're doing in your life, in your own thought processes, in your own spirituality. So, I completely commend you on working on that and acknowledging that that's an area of life that you hope to work on more. And I hope that that inspires somebody. And also, if you really want the cliff notes of that, if you really want some inspo and you're like, "Man, I really wanna get into that, but I just need some info," watch that one show on Netflix, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. Even if you watch it before, if you watch it again, it's such great motivation. Oh, I see Alexis's comment. She said, "I went through that process a few weeks ago, and the outcome is so worth it. You got this," in terms of, like, decluttering and our environment. Okay, Lindsay commented, "I'm in the Southern Hemisphere, and we just entered spring. Does letting go apply to our have been feeling more like a fresh start season. Am I wrong?" Lindsay, absolutely. The spring season, regardless of if you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, when the springtime comes, it is a very powerful time for spring cleaning. Absolutely. For decluttering your space. Springtime also, um, whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere, is a beautiful time for eating more fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, things that really lift our digestive tract in elimination and in bowel movement, getting good fiber in. In traditional Chinese medicine, they believe, again, an extension of feng shui, because that's an essential element of the spiritual beliefs also in different parts of China, not all of China, but is clearing our physical space, clearing our body, through movement, through our diet, those are all great things to work on, Lindsay, for Ivana Andrews commented, "For physical health, I have been doing more therapy work and meditation. I have learned some triggers from my binge eating and have started to work on mindfully and move my body joyfully." I love that, joyful movement. Oh, I and this is being talked about more so I see in the fitness world and the science world, that even if, for example, I don't know, lifting intense weights or doing really high intensity interval training or cardio, even if those things can, theoretically be helpful for you in some ways, they found that for long-term success, doing things that you really enjoy, so, like, maybe walking or maybe yoga or dance or maybe joining a running group or joining some sort of, Tai Chi group or some type of Zumba class, just find something you actually enjoy, long term, you see the most results long term. You have a less likelihood of starting and then stopping. You have a higher likelihood of staying motivated, and so, Ivana, that's really cool that you're focusing on mindful eating and, moving your body joyfully. I really love that, and I wish you the best on your journey, definitely. Okay, I'm going to read 2 more. In the meantime, let's go ahead and leave a snap in the chat and maybe 1 or 2 comments to everybody who has been brave enough and open enough to write their comments of these areas within holistic health that they feel called to put more energy into and that they have that self-awareness to share with us that they know that they like to work on. So go ahead, let's leave some snaps in the chats, maybe some hearts to support everyone who's commented so far because that self-awareness is so key, it's such a powerful aspect of taking next steps. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read 2 more, and then we will move on to the last part of this live. So, Mashvi commented, "Mental and spiritual health are my biggest focuses." I love that. They go hand in hand in very powerful ways. I feel like they both pour into each other. When we work on one, we usually see more benefits than the other. Like, "Oh, I'm benefiting mentally because of the spiritual thing I'm doing," or, "I'm benefiting more spiritually because of this mental health thing I'm working on." Glitter and glue times 2. I think a combo of physical, emotional, and spiritual health. For me, this looks more like movement in nature. So for, creating, for painting, and meditating in nature. When I do this often, I feel more fulfilled. I love that, definitely, especially before it starts snowing, depending on where you are. Northern Hemisphere, potentially, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, I know the snow is melting, so this is a great opportunity for the next, like, almost 6 months maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, to enjoy the weather without any snow or super cold weather. But here in the Northern Hemisphere, depending on where you are, we might be getting some snow, less hospitable weather, so, definitely being able to do some bathing in nature, really getting the vibration of nature, not as much, all the electronics and the artificial light, like, a lot of sometimes that is a huge aspect of what we need. Sometimes we're like, "Man, I feel so off," we try everything, but we actually spend the day at the beach, or we spend the day in the forest, or we spend the day by a waterfall, or by a lake, or river, or in the park, and we're like, "Ooh, I feel good. My battery feels more charged than I expected." Sometimes it's one of those things that makes a huge difference, so thank you for commenting that. Glitter. Mhm. Okay, and last one that we will read is from Wes. He commented, "I'm saying occupational for something that needs more attention because I make music, but I got 4 jobs, so it's finding more discipline to work on it. I am always tired and with my girl, but I don't like the word discipline. It seems forced." I get what you mean. I get what you mean about discipline and it feeling forced. I have so much air in my natal chart, so I get you, like, feeling disciplined and things like that. I get what you mean. Maybe it's about finding a rhythm that works for you, like, "Okay, this routine worked that day. Let me try that routine again." Or I feel like what helps Wes, journaling. When have you felt balanced in the past, and what were the qualities of those of that at that time in your life that maybe you can recreate now? So basically reflecting on what has already worked rather than trying to reinvent the wheel or do something that has worked for other people that might not work for you. I don't know. That's what comes to mind. But also, you have 4 jobs, like, respect, man, so much respect. Like, you're working on things and you have things that are calling to your attention. It's not like, it's not it definitely doesn't sound like a reflection of, like, you just not doing it or not trying hard. It sounds like you're putting in a lot of energy, and I respect that. So I I pray for you and I visualize for you and putting out there that you find more time to do that and do what you love. If that's something that you really love, then I hope that you do that. Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you for commenting those things. I'm gonna go ahead and move on for the sake of time. And okay, so we have 2 more prompts, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it just 1. And so it will be the prompt will be, considering your summer highlights and challenges, if you could not fail this autumn or spring if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, if you could not fail this new season, what would you do? How would you approach this season? What would your intentions be? I'm sorry, that is so wordy, Alexis. Alexis is like her job is to put that in the comment section, but so again, considering your lessons and your highlights from the previous season, if you couldn't fail this this new season, what would you focus on? What would your intentions be? Thank you, Alexis, for putting that in the chat. So this prompt that I just asked, I just pinned it in the chat. This is our final prompt of the night. I can't wait to hear what everybody's intentions are for this new season. I'm writing mine down right now too. So everybody journal. Go ahead. Mm. Well, I'm already reading some of your answers. Oh, I see your comment, Wes. You said, "I live on my own and I got goals and stuff, so I made a sacrifice to go full-fledged." I'm assuming you're referencing, 4 jobs right now that you're just, like, going hard right now? I wish you the best on that, man. Respect. Seriously. Okay. So, as you guys, journal this prompt, again, the prompt is pinned in the live chat. As you journal it, I'm gonna go ahead and answer questions for myself to hopefully spark some ideas for you. I don't know, but just share because it's so fun sharing with everybody. So, to answer the prompt, which is considering your summer highlights and challenges, couldn't fail this autumn, what would you focus on? So I feel like I have a lot of stats, but what first came to mind is I would focus on just being unwaveringly working on my time management and my schedule. Because I feel like over the last few days, I felt kind of overwhelmed with all of the things that need to happen because, as you guys know, the Auralign Planners, the 2024 planners will launch on October 19th, right? And so as you know, I designed them and everything, but I'm the one taking photos of the planners. I'm the one updating the website, getting it ready for launch. I'm the one making sure that videos are ready and that and I'm the one working with Alexis, who's our moderator and the marketing extraordinaire, our marketing manager for Oraline. I'm working with Alexis, and I've never worked with somebody on Oraline. Literally, like I said before, I started this channel in 2015. I started the Oraline, this product-based business in 2020. Did it all by myself, you guys. Like, I've contracted help for certain, but I've done it by myself, and it's such a blessing to be able to work with Alexis, but it's also a new learning curve to learn how to delegate things and actually ask for help after doing things by myself for so long, and, like, I don't know, maybe nobody wants to on the side, but I don't know. I feel like I won't judge you. I think it's fine. It's not really that deep or whatever, or I don't know. But that's what I'm working on. Like, if I couldn't fail, I think that what came clear to me when I was trying to answer this question is it's about small every day. It's not about taking a day and magically figuring out my schedule and figuring out all of my fears and my trepidations and my limiting beliefs, and it's perfect now because I figured it out. It's not about that. It's about having the awareness of, what I'm working on, and it's about choosing every day to just take a step forward. "Oh, are you feeling overwhelmed today, Lena? Alright, maybe you can take that off of your schedule. Oh, did you drop the ball on that, Lena? No, that's okay. You're gonna write that in for tomorrow. You're gonna think" you know what I mean? That's what I would say. Enough about me. Thank you, Alexis, for your comment. We got this. We got this. Thank you. Okay, I am now going to I feel like we're ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and read your comments answering this prompt, which is the comment pinned at the bottom here. I saw your comment, Alexis. This wasn't challenging at all. Okay. Ooh, Shanny said, "Landing my first client for my startup sale consultant business. Let's go. Okay, this new season is yours, Shanny. I'm calling it. It is yours." Okay, EJ says, "I'm dedicated to self-care and business goals." Good for you. Yeah, and I really agree with you. I love that balance of self-care and business goals because you have to pour into yourself. We have to give ourselves grace, space to exist, and rest is integral to actually showing up and meeting our goals, right? It's with rest that we have enough energy to adequately be present and give the energy that is needed for what we would like to do. Kiara commented, "If I couldn't fail this season, I'd live more lightheartedly and with more intention. Do think I would do things with more joy and peace and cheer myself on along the way. Beautiful. I love that. Man, when we are able to achieve that type of inner dialogue of like, "Girl, you got this. It's okay," like, having that inner dialogue of like, "You know what? We're gonna keep going. It's okay." Like, building that is so powerful. Implementing that. Growth Rising commented, "If I couldn't fail this season, I would be starting and sticking with the business." I ha and they said that they're a Gemini, Moon, and Sagittarius sun. Very interesting. Oh, man, I so I feel ya. Sticking to things. Personally, I feel like I'm a living testament to the fact that you can be a Gemini, you can have every air sign in your chart, and it is actually possible to do things, and at least for me, it was a matter of what was it a matter of? What did I do? I don't even know. Everybody's path is different, but at least for me, it was just trying every day, trying every other day, trying once a week, being okay with, like, you're gonna do it again, and you're gonna be okay with messing up. You're gonna be okay with showing up perfectly. Try it one more time. I feel like that really has helped me develop. I don't know if that helps at all, growth writing. Wes commented, "I'd focus if I couldn't fail for this new season, I'd focus on putting all those into embodying my" all those things and highlights from last season. Put those into embodying what my desires as my wish already fulfilled and just be what I want to be. I think I might be reading that wrong, but I think I kinda get what you mean. It's like you would put your energy into knowing that those wishes are already fulfilled, and you'd focus on just being what I want to become. Essentially, we are all what we want to be. It's not outside, it's within. Hey, yes. I that really resonates, and I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that speaks to the power of when you say that you wanna run, I wrote this in the planner too, that, like, it's really powerful to basically embody the type of person that you wanna do. For example, say you really wanna go running, you're like, "Man, I wanna run. I wanna run consistently, I wanna run consistency." The inner dialogue is, "I want to run consistency." What can help is to tell yourself, like, literally when you're getting ready and you don't wanna do it, like, "I'm a runner. I'm a runner," and really journaling. As a runner, what do I do? And getting into the mindset of, like, as somebody who has accomplished what I want to accomplish, what's my life like? What's my thought process like? Embodying Alina the runner. Like, I'm Alina the runner, so I run, and having that inner dialogue rather than, "I want to run," or, "I wanna get that." Sometimes that mindset shift can be very helpful. It depends on the person, but it can be very okay. Uh, Flex Flex, or FLXXD commented, "Expanding/diving deeper into my spiritual practice and passion. So that being tarot, meditation, shadow work, magic." Woo! That sounds so fun. Those are really fun and very deeply insightful areas to dive deeper. I'm very excited for that. Glitter Glue Times 2 commented, "If I couldn't fail, I'd" oh, sorry. If I oh, it's on okay. "If I couldn't fail, I'd move, buy land, and build a house. My biggest dream. Then I'd build a forest school on that land behind home." Oh my goodness, that is amazing. That sounds lovely. I know there's a lot of people who are interested in homeschooling and being a part of, like, co-op communities, things like that. So that sounds like something the world really needs, and oh my gosh, that sounds really beautiful. Yeah, I really love that. Logically illogical commented, by the way, love your handle. Um, I wanna know how much air you have in your chart. You have Gemini in your chart. That sounds like Geminis. Logically they commented, "Creating my own business and getting my own space. I think everything else would fall into place." Oh, that sounds lovely. It can be very challenging for sure. I'm not gonna romanticize owning your own business. It can be challenging, but it can also be so deeply fulfilling to be able to make your own schedule. I mean, I feel like that alone is, like, such a blessing, and it really helps to contribute to your own balance in your life. and having your own space. Oh, yes. Not having to co-regulate energy with anybody, that feels good. Yes, I'm here for it. Okay. I'm gonna answer literally, like, 2 more because we're at the 2-hour mark, and I wanna cut it off here, unfortunately. Um, okay, okay, so Danielle Dean commented, "Launching my business, getting in a new relationship, fingers crossed, let's go." I'm putting it out there for you. Moving and improving my physical health. Yes, yes, yes. Snaps in the chat for everybody that shared so far. I'm sending you all the supportive energy, like, I'm seeing you guys doing it. I'm realizing that we come back together for the next live stream where we're closing out the autumn, welcoming in the winter for the northern hemisphere. We're closing out spring and welcoming in the southern for the southern hemisphere, or the summer, yeah. I just visualize that we come back and we see comments and everybody's saying, "Hey, I did it. Hey, I took these steps towards that." I'm visualizing that for you and send that energy. I invite everybody to put some lightning bolts or some hearts in the chat, just sending that energy back and just supporting everybody commenting, like, we can do it. Yay. Okay. Okay, last one. Mix India commented, "Creating all the ideas I have without the total panic of it not being perfect." Basically getting out of my own way. Mm, yeah. Oof. I feel like if it helps at all, at least for me, what's helped with that, again, is that self-awareness and having that inner dialogue of, like, if a limiting belief comes up or if I'm being hard on myself, internally being like, "Alina, you're doing it again. It's okay, Alina." Like, having that inner dialogue of that course correction, and eventually you don't have to have that inner dialogue as much anymore. At least that's what helped me in terms of, like, basically getting out of your own way. Okay, so now that I've read that, let me check my notes. Okay, so that basically wraps up the main part of this. I think I wanna take maybe 10 minutes and do a Q&A now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll down the live chat, and if you have any questions about Auralign Planners, if you would like any advice on anything, I don't know. The advice will not have to come from me either. You can ask advice when I read it, and then this is gonna be more slow, but I just wanna thank you guys all so much for coming to the live, and I'm so glad that we could talk about our wins, our highlights, our challenges, our lessons, and also what our intentions are for this new season. Ooh, okay, I see Lilo commented, "Time to reap all from the actions of the summer." Amen. So much love and light this live chat. Oh, thank you. That was from Glitter and Glue times 2. Healing onto us all from MJ Star. Thank you. Yeah. Alexis, I'm gonna text you right now. So yeah, so anybody so actually, yeah, so anybody I'm gonna unpin this. So you and the time. I'm just try to answer it. I'm just putting in the chat that it's Q&A time and I'm pinning it, so anybody who's new will see what's going on. And I'm going to take a listen. Okay, so Glitter and Glue times 2 commented, "Anyone have any advice on tension in my hips or legs? My baby have been stretching in the AM and PM, but they're so tight." Yeah, I personally can't answer that because I don't have knowledge like in physical therapy like that. Um, but what first 2 things that come to mind. It could An aspect of that could be have to do with nutrition. Sometimes muscle tightness can come from a lack of electrolytes, so hydration. That again, I am not a medical provider. Do not take my advice without talking to a medical professional. But that's what comes to mind. Another thing that comes to mind, I know that, again, in the book, Body Keeps the Score, they talk about how tightness in different areas can be connected to different emotional things. So those are things that come to mind. But again, speak with your medical provider, okay? I am not your Yes, that's another thing I wanna say before we dive deeper into Q&A. You don't know me that very well personally. I don't know you personally. So any advice moving forward that I give to you, or not even advice, any suggestions or ideas that come from me or that I share in the comment section, I'm telling you now, do not take it as like, "I need to go do that." I do not recommend that. I recommend for you to talk to medical advisor, mental health advisor, professionals with all of these things. So, yeah, but let's dive into Q&A. Let's have some fun with that. Um, do, 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 do. Oh, see everyone's comments of encouragement. Yes, we can do it. Okay. Do, do, do. Oh no. Okay, so as I'm scrolling, it updates and then I lose my spot. So I'm just trying to go on this a bit chronologically. Oh, Weston was having a crazy day, but this shifted everything. I'm happy. I'm glad that it could help. Really happy to hear that. FLXXD commented, "Have you ever thought about making a digital or virtual Auralign planner or app for those like me who are bad with physical planners?" Yes. So last year, I released a digital version of the planner. It was only available to purchase for download for about like 2 or 3 months, and then I took it down. Um, For a lot of reasons. It's a long story, but this year, what I plan to do is I plan to offer a download that connects with your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar. I think I might just do only Google Calendar because that's universal, and it will give you notifications for all astrological events for the year. That's what I'm kind of brainstorming right now. Because I had a digital planner where it was literally the planner, like every single page, you could fill it in digitally. Um, I might do that, but I'm going back and forth between the 2, but I do plan on doing that, yes, to answer that question. Okay, so Steph asked, "Can you give us your background story? Like, how did you start your journey with holistic health, YouTube, and prayer?" I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to. Okay, so, so let's back up. So in terms of holistic health, I entered college, and I remember it was when I was in college, I learned in my health classes, but also through watching a lot of documentaries. I remember I was watching them with my dad at the time. A lot of them, it was through watching a lot of documentaries and basically coming out of high school and learning more about the world, stepping out of my teenage self-centered bubble and really questioning, like, why are so many people sick in the US? Like, why is it that I remember what really got me was learning that the top causes of death in the United States are preventable deaths. They are connected to preventable health conditions. That really blew my mind to learn that there was a possibility that you could prevent yourself from passing away or having life-threatening health issues. And it was from there that I was like, "Okay, these things are preventable. What prevents them?" That's when I learned about nutrition, and I'm cracking my neck again, I don't wanna stress anybody out with cracking my neck. But that's how I learned about nutrition, and that's what and then I started learning, like, how can we help prevent this? A lot of the ways heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol issues that all contribute to heart issues, which is one of the leading causes of death, those are all connected to diet. They're all connected to diet, and so then I started learning about nutrition, and then I started to learn about the medical health industry and our health system in the United States and how it's a for-profit medical health system. I don't wanna get into the politics of that, but I'm sure that many of you, like, if you know, you know, there's a lot of conflict of interest, unfortunately, in our healthcare system, and most, if not all, of the people working in our healthcare system are very mentioned, but it's the system that we enter when we go through school where we're taught more so the pharmaceutical aspect of things, the preventative and the holistic health aspect of things, the power of lifestyle changes, the power of food as medicine, the power of herbal medicine as well, and the history, the rich history of countries all around the world, like traditional Chinese medicine that's centuries old healing modalities that incorporated not just um, medicinal approaches, so herbal medicine, but also lifestyle changes, the amount of vitamin D you get, the amount of movement you get, the holistic health aspect of it. I could get into all of it. I learned about all these things, and that's what got me not only interested in nutrition, but specifically the foundation of good health, in my opinion, is public health knowledge, public health outreach, the importance of making sure that we educate one another and we share this knowledge with one another and we teach one another how to take care of ourselves. The power is in knowledge. So, anyway, I learned about all those things and I was like, okay, I want to get into nutrition for one. I want to be a public health advocate for two. And that's how I got into YouTube. And between 2015 and around 2020, it was primarily nutrition content because I was like, I've learned about this stuff. I am called to do it. And I had to push through a lot of limiting beliefs. I had to push through comfort zone things, put myself out there online. I actually spent a year asking all my friends and family, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I start a YouTube channel? And I started my channel when I realized it doesn't matter how many people you ask for advice, you have to be ready to do it. You have to be able to do it. Another thing I learned is that when you're asking for advice, you need to ask people who have been where you want to go for advice. You can get advice from everybody, but if they have not been where you want to go, I personally don't hold that advice as strongly as people who have. I asked a bunch of people advice on YouTube. I had this conviction. When I started YouTube, it was before people truly believed and saw that you could have a consistent career in it. It was before that. And so everybody I asked, understandably, out of love, they were like, "That sounds like a good idea, but, like, have a backup." Okay. "That sounds like a good idea, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket." But I had a conviction. I was like, "No, this feels like the future. This feels like a new rock and roll era. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I wanna be a part of it." And that's how I started YouTube. And so that to answer that question. That's how I started YouTube. And the planner line started, backing up real quick, last part of my sort of origin story is in 2019. Well, it started in 2018, but basically in 2019, I hosted a conference. I created a conference, y'all. I created, like, a conference called and it was a 2-day outdoor weekend gathering where there were workshops all about holistic health and centering BIPOC holistic health advocates and healers, so Black, Indigenous, people of color healers, because I noticed that in the wellness community, there was not enough representation of people from different cultural backgrounds and things like that, and I won't get into it, but I started that. It's called Wellness Fun. You can look up, the website and the Instagram. I started that, and after I did that event, I felt so confident. I was like, "I wanna start something," like, and the reason why I bring that up is because you can learn from my journey now, the biggest thing that advice that I have for anybody who wants to, like, start doing more things or YouTube or whatever, and you're trying to whatever you wanna do, and you're like, "Oh, I feel so far away from my goal." It's all about building momentum. All about starting something small. I started my YouTube channel. I built mental evidence for myself. You know what? You made a video. You didn't die. People didn't destroy you online. How about you make another? Hey, you made another video. You were consistent for a week. Good for you. Okay, how about you? I was building momentum. Specifically, I was building momentum in being an action. I was building momentum in putting myself out there. I was building momentum in trying something new, getting my hands dirty. I was building momentum in creating evidence for myself. Oh, you can get your hands dirty. You can do it imperfectly. Oh, wait, I can do this imperfectly? I can just ask for help? I don't have to show up perfectly. I don't have to show up with a perfect camera from YouTube. I can start a conference and I can ask for help, and it doesn't have to be a million person conference the first year. I can those things built momentum within me, of building confidence of trying something new. It built momentum also of me being in action. And so from creating that conference, felt confident enough to put my eggs in the basket of a very unique idea I had that I had no idea people would be into, was the concept of astrology. I had always been into astrology. I had always been into spirituality, but it was very much something that I didn't share with people yet, not online, not with my family, and I was afraid of it, but I had this idea, and the first thought that I had for this planner, was I was in school, and I was outside under the full moon by myself in the middle of campus at night, and I was like, "This is so cool," and then I remember I had my planner, and I had all this list of things that I needed to do, and I was like, "It'd be so cool if I had a planner that gave me notifications for astrological events, but I could still plan my life." You know, I could still have a list of my practical needs with my spiritual needs. Like, how can I mold those things together? And that's where Auralign, the planner company, that idea came about. And 2 last pieces of advice for that before I go on to the next question. 2 takeaways that I wanna give you guys, like, I feel so much conviction with it, is 1, the idea for this planner line and for this planner, I wrote 2 or 3 years before I actualized it. And I feel like that's a great example of the power of whenever you have an idea, just write it down. Don't commit to it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of, "Oh, I don't know if I can do it. Ugh, that's a cool idea, but I have no idea how I do that." Write it down anyway. Future you might have the means, the time, the energy, the resources, the help to actually bring it to life. You never know what can come from writing down an idea. And I wrote that idea down 3 years prior plus. I was like, "I don't know what will happen." So that's a lesson that I have. The other lesson from starting it, I forgot the other lesson. Whatever, it'll come to me. But, the last part of it is that I started this planner line through crowdfunding. I used, um, Kickstarter.com. I had no money, no money. I was working at a library even when I did the event. I was working at a library part-time, living in an apartment with my boyfriend, now partner, could barely afford rent. Um And I was when I was at the library, I'd be on my phone writing down ideas, writing down notes for the event, writing down notes for my YouTube channel. They say entrepreneurs make the worst, employees, and I know that that was my anyway, but I just wanna let you know, even if you don't have the means for the idea of a business, you can start a crowdfunding where on Kickstarter, I showed people the planner concept. I got one printed, one copy printed. I went on Kickstarter and I was like, "Hey guys, this is my idea." And I didn't have an engaged YouTube channel that engaged of a YouTube channel to, like, tell people to get them to buy it. I told my friends and family, and I just marketed online as much as I could, and it was from there that people, gave me money to start the business, and in exchange, I sent them the very first copies of the planner. And I'll end it there, but that's kind of my origin story, and I hope that it's motivating for anybody. And yeah, thanks for asking that. Okay. Okay, I just read your comment, Alexa, or your text. Okay, next question. Is the link to the 2024 planner on your channel? Or where can we find it? Please and thank you. Yes, if you go to my YouTube channel and, on the main channel, there should be a button on the right-hand side with links that should say Auralign Planners, and then also in the description every single one of my videos, including this live stream, there is a link for the Auralign page. Right now, nothing is for sale yet. Planners launch on October 19th, but you can sign up for the email list, and you will be the first to know when planners go on sale. That brings one other thing to mind. Um, I have no idea. Again, like I said before, I'm a one woman. This is a one woman ran business, and I am getting more help this year, which is great. But sometimes things sell out faster than I want them to, and if you really want a certain color planner, I highly recommend signing up for the email list so you can be the first to know when it goes on sale. Because unfortunately, because I'm a smaller business, it's hard for me to order more because as a smaller business, what happens is it takes time for my manufacturer to print the planners and then get them to me. And so I only have a certain inventory that can come to you immediately. So once it sells out, I sometimes can order more. That could mean that it's delayed by 2. For bigger businesses, for Amazon, it's a lot easier for them. But for me, it's a little bit harder. So I'm not saying that I'm saying this genuinely. I'm not saying this to be like, buy the planner. Like, you don't have to buy the planner. But it just hurts so much every year when people really want it in color and it sells out, and I feel like it's kind of out of my control because it's just harder for me to navigate. I'm working on it, but I just wanna let you know. I just wanna be, like, transparent. Okay, next question. Flanora, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, commented, "Do you know approximately when the planners will ship?" Yes. Okay, so planners should ship in mid to early December. That is dependent on my manufacturer and how soon they print the planners. That usually takes them about maybe a month, and I already placed my order, so they're midway through manufacturing the planners, and then it takes about a month for them to get to me. As soon as I have them, I'm able to ship them. So we have about a month and a half from now, I wanna say, of when I will get them. So it is end of September. Actually, they should start shipping in, like, mid-November this year. That's not, set in stone, but as soon as the planners go on sale, you will see on the website, it will be printed on the website when the planners go on sale, exactly when they ship. But I can guarantee you that they will arrive to you before Christmas, without question, without question. Okay. Why Chakra asked, "How do you release friendships no longer meant for you? How do you know they are no longer meant for you?" Ooh, I got a great answer. So again, I don't have all the answers. I'm only one person, so I will answer this with what first comes to mind. I feel like you get your answer with friends when you have a real direct heart to heart with them. You when so Like, and what I mean by that is, for example, say you have a friend where you feel like you might have grown apart, or say you have a friend where you feel like maybe they said something that was passive aggressive to you, or say you have a friend where you feel like the friendship it feels a little neglected. Maybe you're giving more energy to it, or maybe it feels off balance. Something's off. To me, the antidote to that is having a direct conversation with them about that. And I know that that can be so hard. I'm literally advocating for this because I finally was able to like finally initiate that type of conversation with people in my life and be real with them and be like, "To be honest, this is how I was feeling," or to be honest, like and one, when you have this conversation, something that I learned from my cousin is starting the conversation by setting the tone. So what I have done, what's helped me is tell that friend or the family member, "Okay, I wanna talk to you about something, and it's, like, kind of awkward, and maybe it's weird or whatever, but I want you to know that I'm bringing this up because I love you, because I care about you, because I wanna co-create an environment with you where we both feel good." Like, setting the tone can really help to prevent anybody from feeling defensive, so that's my advice. And then and the reason why I advocate for this, for you to get full clarity on whether or not you should step away from the relationship or not, is that no matter what happens, if you tell somebody how you feel, you get a straight answer. If you tell somebody how you feel and they deflect and they don't wanna take accountability, or they wanna act this way, or they wanna act that way, or they don't wanna have that conversation with you maybe. Maybe they're going through something, they don't wanna get deep like that. You have your answer. You tried to work on it with them, and they either weren't ready, or they didn't want to acknowledge the part that they played, or whatever, but at least you got a straight answer. Alternatively, a lot of times people are going through stuff and they're afraid to be direct. They have their own stuff going on where they're like, "I was afraid to talk to you because I was afraid of maybe getting into an argument, and I hate confrontation," or, "I was afraid to talk to you because I thought this or that," or, "I grew up this way where I can't be direct with people, so I'm still learning how to communicate." It can open the door incredibly and friendship, relationship fortifying conversations or not, but either way, you get at least I'm speaking for myself, when I have done this, it has helped me to step out of ruminating about it and questioning and like, "Wait, did they say that? Why did they say it that way? Did they think that what I said, did that offend them? Did I say that the wrong way? Did they interpret it this way? Are they going through something right now? Am I projecting?" All of those questions, all of those ruminations, all of that stress, a lot of times, at least for me, I realized came from me avoiding getting to the root of it. The root of it was having a direct conversation. Again, it's so uncomfortable. It can be uncomfortable, but it can be so helpful. So I hope that that offers some clarity to your question. And again, I'm not a therapist. I don't know you personally. I don't know what your situation is. Don't take my word for it. Like, a therapist, a professional who know your situation. And you guys comment in the comment section as well, if you have any advice. Okay, I'm gonna answer like 2 more questions because I talked. Okay. Hey, what is a good thing to take action on this upcoming full moon? Okay, so real quick. So first off, okay, actually, I love you so much. I'm not gonna answer this question here because I made a full video about it, and I recommend watching it. I did a full video about this upcoming full moon, ways to align with it, things to focus on, journal prompts, so many things. So if you go on my YouTube channel, my most recent video talks all about it. I've answered that question. Okay, Wes Gray asked, "How do you heal chakras?" Oh my goodness. Oh, I have the best YouTube channel. I have the best recommendation for you guys. Oh my goodness. This channel, it literally I'm so surprised that the creator of it didn't charge people for this knowledge. The whole series on the chakras, and he does a deep dive. Every single chakra, he has like a 1 hour plus video about the chakra and so many things about it. So I'm gonna pull it up for you real quick. And as I'm pulling it up, here it is. So good. I am going to link this I'm going to link this playlist in the chat for you, Wes, and for anybody else, you guys. I highly recommend this series. It is so good. It is so good. You're gonna have to copy and paste the link. The channel name is Astral Doorway. That's the name of it's Astral Doorway. He has a full series. Highly recommend. Um, okay. I lost my spot. So let me scroll back up. I'm gonna answer 1 or 2 more questions. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of your comments in response to things that I mentioned. So, but yeah, the other thing that I learned from that series is doing pranayama meditation. So pranayama, I might be pronouncing that wrong. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. Pranayama is a type of meditation that has been utilized for thousands of years, where you visualize a light, a glowing ball of light, and you imagine as you inhale, it it goes up your spinal cord. It goes in a spiral up your spinal cord from your root chakra, from the base of your body all the way to the crown. And this light is activating and cleansing your chakras as you do it. So as you inhale, the light travels up to the top of the crown of your head. As you exhale, it goes down. Prana is another word for air and the energy in air. So pranayama, you're using the energy of the air to cleanse the chakras. So that's something that I actually learned in that playlist. But y'all, I highly recommend it. Okay, Shawnee, where can I grab one of your new journals? So this will be the final question because we need to wrap it up. I love y'all, and I need to get some dinner. And woo! But you can find the new journals. I'm actually like I said before, the link for the Auralign website where you can get your Auralign that is linked in this video description. It's linked in all of my video descriptions. It is also linked on my YouTube channel. You can go to the shop tab on my YouTube channel. It'll say shop, and there's a link for the website on my YouTube channel. You'll find a link. When you go to the website, it will say that we are sold out and you can sign up for notifications for when the new planners drop, and they will be available on October 19th. And I recommend signing up for the email list. But on October 19th, I will also be doing a YouTube video about the upcoming eclipse that will be happening. And in that video, I will also announce that the planners are live. So I hope that answers your question. And for good measure, I am going to share the website link right now in chat. So you have it. There. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and say toodaloo. Goodbye. I had a blast doing this live, and I hope that you did too. And I hope that you learned something. I hope that you maybe felt maybe less alone on something that you're working on. I hope that you maybe felt inspired or learned something through something that anybody shared tonight. And I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bottom of the chat. Yay! Okay. Thank you so much, Natalie. Natalie commented, "You're amazing. Thank you so much." You're very welcome. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in my next video for the let's see, it'll be the new moon, the October new moon. Let me check my Auralign planner to see what's coming up. So in October, we have the Libra new moon on October 14th. So I will be posting next week that video, and I will see you there. Ah, this is so special. I don't even know how to fully articulate. This is just so special. And as soon as I looked at the time, it said 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 32 seconds. So it was 3, 2, 3, 2, 2. I don't know what that means, but anyway. Shanny said, "Not the planner." Oh my gosh. She said, "In my face too. JK, can't wait." Y'all, shameless plug. I gotta do it. Anyway, okay, I'll see y'all. Bye. I'm sending my love. I'm literally sending ooh, love to all of you. I'm sending you a hug. Mm, okay. Bye. Peace.